It's short notice, but I'm pretty sure you know what I'm going to talk about. On the 29th of March is the solar eclipse. How is it going to affect you? Should you be concerned? Well, if it's about losses in finances and your health, then you should stay, okay? But if you feel like I got money and I got good health and this reading is not for you, okay, so nothing concerns you then. But before I start, welcome to my channel, Aries. We're going to do your reading. I divided it into two parts. One is the astrology part first and then the tarot reading because I just want to give more to the community, okay? But also, one thing that I want to keep everybody updated is to everyone who has, okay, ordered their Pliao. It was energized on the eclipse, so we just started to resume to ship it this week. So in the coming days, your order will be shipped. Thank you for your patience. Mercury is in retrograde, so we do know there might be some delay, but you are not forgotten. Okay, so if you are following up, email and bombarding us with texts, I'm already answering to you. Okay, so that way you know. so we're gonna start, of course. Why don't we prevent first the losses? How about that, right? So this one is the money magnet. Yes, so this one. So think about it, Aries. If you have a wallet and you open it and it doesn't have a money magnet, I mean, like, what's the use of that wallet? Just to pay the bills? Okay, so when you get this, I'm already in my protective era because of the solar eclipse, 5 planets in one sign. You get a free obsidian. This is the one also, free obsidian bracelet for protection. And we have a free class that I'm still finishing up, and then I will send it to all the hundreds of people who got this. Now the Aries, I'm pretty sure, are excited to hear what is in store for you guys as far as your sign is concerned. Welcome to your transit segment. I couldn't even speak with Mercury retrograde right now. Welcome to your transit segment that is for the upcoming solar eclipse on March 29. Okay, should you be concerned? Should you be bothered? Or you should just live life like it doesn't matter? Well, that is up to you. For me, I'm here to deliver the message with urgency because the last time that this has happened it's very rare. So it's every 100 years, like a century, when this graha lines up in, like 5 grahas. So on the 29th, we have Rahu, Venus, Mercury, Sun, Moon, okay, in the house of Pisces. So let's dive deeper, how it's going to affect you, and what are the pros and cons of this transit for everyone. So we're going to look at the mundane, which is as a whole, what is Pisces for us, what house it is, and where is there anything else that is going to affect. Okay. So I'm going to put a screenshot here on the transit and how it looks like so that you guys see it. Okay. Without you understanding astrology, you came into my channel, I have no clue what Sal is talking about. So say that. Okay. So that way you can absorb this more. When you lose something, money, okay, when you lose, when you lost someone also, okay, in your life, okay. When you have a friend and then you haven't seen them and they move to foreign land for a while, for a long time, okay, all those are signification of the 12th house. Foreign land, house of losses, it's a moksha house, it's a liberation house. This is the last sign of the zodiac and the last bhava, which is the 12th house. So 12th house is where we cross over and release everything that we have experienced in our lifetime, from first house, second house, all those things. It comes into a conclusion in the 12th house. So this is the house of losses. It is also the house of isolation. You know, when you go to the hospital and nobody can see you, nobody can talk to you for a while, well, that's the 12th house also. So 12th house is seen as hospitalization, an asylum. So when a person goes and isolate themselves, that's the 12th house as well. So 12th house in Pisces, of course, there's the Rashi and then there's the Bhava. There's the sign, which is a water sign, and then there is the house itself. So both are different, meaning it acts as a unit, but both have different explanation. So Pisces as a sign is a water sign. It is ruled by Jupiter. So the graha that rules Pisces is Jupiter, okay, Brihaspati. So we have to look at the nature of Jupiter. Is it in a good place? Okay, because it will also have an effect. Because if the ruler of the house is not in a good placement, then it may be challenging. But just alone that there is a stellium happening in Pisces, we can experience big losses in our life. But these losses are needed, and that's the reason why we have eclipses. Humans have their nature of holding on to things, and the universe has an energy of ebb and flow. So when we keep on holding on to situation, expect that the eclipses are the one who's gonna be, okay, we need to address this now. There are situations that you keep holding on to. We gotta release and let go because we gotta go. So the flow of the universe is just natural, but as humans, we have free will, and sometimes we oppose what is nature. So now that the 12th house, you have an understanding that it is the house of losses. We understand that Pisces is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is one of the most, this is the benefic graha that gives us joy and happiness. Then this is a time that we're going to find joy, yes, in spirituality. Meaning our religion, our spiritual beliefs, it's going to be heightened because that's a 12th house. The house where we come into connection with God, with the source. We're not dying. No one's dying. But this is the time where we can manifest a good, when I say a good connection, a very deep bond with our Creator. Why? Because everything that we are manifesting will be out first, so that way we can focus on our liberation, freedom from the things that has hindered our growth. So we can use this energy with all these grahas lining up to transform ourselves into something that probably we are going to be, but it's like a butterfly, but we kind of like, I'm not sure if I'm ready, so it's a big transformation for us because there will be big losses. But as soon as you lose something, you will gain something back. And that's just how life is. Okay? You lose something, you gain something. Now, how it's going to affect your sign will be in different, how do you call it? It would be different for each of the ascendant or moon sign. So, as far as like Rahu, Venus, Mercury, Sun, Moon, okay, in the natural 12th house, I can give you guys briefly on how it's going to affect each of the zodiac. Okay, so from Aries all the way to Pisces. So when we discuss first for the Aries, okay, it's a 12th house. That's where the eclipse is happening. And we have to look into both where the lunar eclipse, which is Virgo, the 6th house, and then the 12th house. So always consider those 2 points because Rahu and Ketu is there. So what the Aries needs to be more focusing on for this eclipse is health. Plain and simple, health and money, the debts. Okay, both are house of losses. Debts is in the 6th house, 12th is losses. So hospitalization, we have to be more conscious. Your health, your day-to-day, these are things that will change in the coming months, 3 to 5 months. For the Taurus, this is going to be in your 11th house, which only means the house of gains, your dreams and desire. There'll be big changes there. As far as like what you want and what you need in life, there will be big changes, meaning some will be taken out and some you will get. Remember, Jupiter is in your 1st house, and it has an aspect also to your 5th house, which is for you, that's your dating and romance in Virgo. So that one will be affected as well because K2 is there. There'll be a soulmate that comes in, there'll be a relationship that comes in, there'll be something that you want, but you're going to get something different. Okay, so just understand that the veil will be removed. For the Gemini, this is going to be a time where you will probably be changing career. There will be a change in the business. There'll be a change with who your superior is, your boss, because it's in the house of career. You may also move and relocate. So that's how, that's how significant the Kendras is for the Gemini, because it's happening both. One, the lunar was in your 4th, and the solar is in your 10th. So those two will be the one that is heightened and focusing on business, success, that's the 10th house, society is a 10th house, your career is a 10th house, and your 4th house. So we're expecting big significant changes. As for the Cancerian, this is going to be the time where your ideas will spring out during the lunar eclipse, and then an opportunity will come out for you to be able to manifest it to existence, because the eclipse will be happening, the solar eclipse will be happening for your sign in your 9th house of luck. So doors are opening for luck. It's up to you whether to seize it. You have an idea, you can of course make it into something tangible. And normally the 3rd house is about not just your dreams, but it's where you're giving birth to something that you want. And if you're going to get it, it will be reliant on the 9th house if luck will be in your favor. So use this time, okay, to manifest luck on your side. And for the Leos, very, very concerning, because this is going to happen in 8th house from you. Sudden changes is what we expect. Be more conservative with regards to your investment. Be more conservative with anything that corresponding to your managing of your finances. Your health is a concern also, meaning your diet. You gotta be more watchful of what you eat. This is going to be the time where you may be indulgent here and there. And then you may, like this is normally would go into something urgent. So we don't want you to be in the urgent care all of a sudden. So be more focused on the food that you eat. Investment-wise, it's not the best time. You got to be conservative. And then, of course, we have it in Virgo, which for Virgo signs, you will see it in your 7th house of partnership. Your marriage, your union is what is at stake. Your relationship, your partnership. If it's business transaction, there will be big changes because you are changing. All the grahas are looking at the Virgo right now. They're all putting attention to you. Jupiter has aspect to you. All the graphs in the Pisces in your 7th aspect to you as well. Mars also has an aspect to your sign. So the pressure for the Virgo to change is intense and very, very important that you take time. Okay, Virgo? Now for the Libra will be experiencing this in the 6th house. It's not a pleasant house. The 6th house is the debts and the illness. So there will be, again, focusing on how you spend your money, how what you do as an everyday. How is your health? How is your motivation? What do you do for your body is in the 6th house because it's a day-to-day. So the eclipse that is happening, in the solar eclipse in the 6th house, be more conscious and focus on that, not just on the day itself. This is 3 to 5 months, Libra. So this has to be on top of your list. For the Scorpio, if you're dating, romantic connection, this is a wonderful time not to get engaged. Yes, I repeat, not to invest on anyone. Investment has to take a step back. 5th house is the house of speculations as well. Happiness. This is dating and romance, and this is if you have kids. So those are all heightened. You need to understand that anything can happen either or. And that's why during the eclipse, it's about conservative actions and choices. Do not make abrupt decision, especially in the 5th house. 5th house is house of creativity, house of Purva Punya, mantra. So if you are into spirituality, you have religious belief, amazing time. But if you're trying to attract something solid and tangible, you gotta be very, very careful. And then for the Sagittarian, this is happening in your 4th house. The 4th house is a Kendra, which means if it's in the 4th, it will happen in the 7th, the 10th, and you. So the dual signs, we call it the Rashi Drishti, or sign aspect. If it's in a dual sign, it will manifest in the corners. So for the 4th house, change of environment at home, a little bit suffocated. There's a lot of argument, or there are things that is not happening the way that you want it. Cool, calm, collected would be the best approach here. It is not advisable for you to move, but if it's already in the plans, just make sure that, okay, you're signing a contract, you know the lease, you know the terms. because the fourth house is cars, conveyances, and also your home. So big changes there. So energy has to be cleansed. You have to do all the rituals that if you have to cleanse your environment, because the disturbance is going to be where your comfort is, which is at the home. So peace, you're more tranquil. The energy has to be more of like a rest and relaxation. And for the Capricorn right now will have a change of their mindset. What you want before, you wouldn't want anymore. You wanted to get this job is a different one now. You want this business is a different one now. Relationship it changed. So in the coming months, it will be a time where the Capricorn needs to just focus first. It's in the third house. When we're having this moment of change of mind, then we need clarity first to come in. And during the eclipse, it's not about clarity. It's about acceptance first, because something has to be lost in order for you to gain. So that's the reason why you take a step back. For the Aquarians, the second house is going to be very, very important because it's the house of savings and family and food. Be careful. Same thing. What you eat, how you save, where does the money goes, how you treat your family. A little bit contentious with regards to people that supports you. You may feel betrayed. You may feel like there's nobody there for me. But remember, the eclipse, if they're not with you and helping you, it only means that they're not part of your life anymore and that you're ready to transform to the next era of an Aquarian. Remember, the Aquarians are also ending, or well, starting the last phase of their Sade Sati, because Saturn is going to move out of your sign in just a couple of hours after the eclipse. It will go to your second house. So out with the Sasa Yoga, out with Saturn in the first, because Saturn in the first is a Maraka. Now you're going to gain back the strength and the confidence. For the Pisces, this is going to be the one that really knocks you off your how do you call this, your composure, because what you think that you planned for the whole time in your life, it's not going to be what it is. It doesn't mean it's bad. It only means that this is a reality check. The Rahu in the first house confuses you. Mercury in the first house is in debilitation sign. It does gain directional strength, but it's debilitated and it's in retrograde. So confusing time is coming for the Pisces with regards to relationship. Venus is there. So this is a time where the Pisces needs their time out. So Pisces needs to be finding Nemo to find themselves. Okay, so Nemo has to be found. This is internal transformation and changes from the body itself. Remember, it's the first house. First house is the body. It's the head as well. So I would want you to be more conscious about, you're traveling, you're doing things. Take it slow because it's all happening in the head. Meaning, accidents can happen. Okay, so just be careful on that one. It's not, because Mars is also in the Kendra, so just be careful. But just on your own, it's all about clarity of the mind. So from Aries to Pisces, now we reach to Pisces. In conclusion to this, I would recommend everybody to cleanse. I would recommend everybody to have something that protects your environment. It is not a time of fear, not at all. It is a time of change. But what we don't want as we prepare is not to be involved with other energies. So we're just putting and establishing boundaries. And one of the greatest things that I've learned is actually, I wasn't prepared to share this, is I use tourmaline. You will see it it's all in the corners of my house. Tourmaline, okay? I'm not sure if I can put this or, down there, but tourmaline and selenite. I always put this in all corners of my houses, okay? So, tourmaline or, of course, obsidian. It's very protective. It's a house kit. I don't know if I still have it. If I do, I will put it down there or it's gonna flash here. So it's a home remedy kit because it's both, see, I have it both. I just realized that. Okay. Totally not planned. Okay, tourmaline and selenite together. So I always put it in front of my doorway and the corners of the house. So I'll tag it down there. I believe I still have some, so I would recommend it 100%. Not just on the day itself, but because it's a 3 to 5 months, all these energies we need to block. We need to protect ourselves. Remember, when you're manifesting, protection before attraction. And for everybody who has stayed all the way to the end, well, I love that you're loving the astrology part. And here comes the tarot. The money magnet Lucky Lakshmi coin. Thank you very much to everyone who has purchased to the hundreds. I am signing and energizing, and it's gonna go out today. So thank you very much for your patience. And for everyone who's asking, how do I use it and how do I get it? It's very easy. It comes with this case, right? Protective. Open it. When you open it, you will see my signature there, of course. Put it in your wallet. That's it. Attract money today. Link in the description box below. Visit my website, eatrelove.me. And there you have it. I told you. It's in the it's in the 12th house. So a lot of concern there, Aries. So let's see now for your tarot. Ooh, you are staying, what do you want? Empowered. King of Wands. First card is strongest. Empress. Star. Waiting. Okay, so interesting. An Aries that waits. Okay. So I'm seeing for the Aries here right now, there is a transformation that you're manifesting with regards to just you. Okay. This is about attaining your goals. You have a vision, you have a dream. And you're saying here that, because you have an Empress and the Star card, like to reach a point in your life, how do you call it? Prime. Your prime. Remember that movie? I believe that was, either it's Gwyneth Paltrow. I don't know. It's called The Prime. It's Prime. It was a love story, actually. You know, she fell in love with how do you call it? A Manny? Is that what it's called? Or something like that. Younger person. And then, but she didn't want to fall in love. Okay, but she was in her prime. Okay. It was in New York. It's a New York setting. Love that song. Love that movie. Okay. You have an Empress in the Star card, meaning you want to reach your prime, King of Wands. Don't we all at some point in our life will have its awakening of like, why am I here? Right? It's like a deep divine purpose with the Star card. Empress, it's like, I'm not here just to be an Aries. You know, there's more to me. There's more layers to this cake at this point. Empress in a Star card, you want to reach a point of success. Now, you can define success as how you want it. Success could be, I want to be a parent. That's success for you. You know, you could be entrepreneur, you know. So there is a meaning into each person's life. Some people serve their country. Some people wants to help others, like a doctor, a healer, you know, maybe a doctor that doesn't charge. I'm just saying, because we know healthcare is expensive. Now, Empress in the Star card, it's showing right now that your mindset is about you reaching something that you've never done before. So 7 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords, you're waiting for this to come to full circle, and you're scared that it will never be. No. I feel like with the 8 of Swords, you can get out of that. You can snap out of it. This is the mind of a 8 of Swords. It's like you have something that you always get scared of. Let's just say you want to be a performer, okay? But you're always scared of the stage. You have a stage fright. Go on the stage and then see what really is, what is it to be scared, Well, there's a gazillion people sell. No, I understand. But then what are they going to do anyway? They're just going to stare at you. What happens to the stage? Nothing. They can't do anything, right? So if you have a stage fright or you don't like public speaking and you're the one who's going to be promoted, and as a boss, you need to be out there. You understand me? So there's something that mentally you feel like you can't, but you know you can. And it's very interesting for an Aries to have this fear. The fear that you're having is Sun is in the 12th house for you right now, okay? Yeah. But once it goes, which is, I would announce it right now, okay, for the Aries, the Sun will be exalted on April 30th, which I am excited. I shared it with one sign, your sister sign, which is Scorpio, which I'm preparing after the solar eclipse is the, how do you call this, Akshaya Tritiya. When the Sun is exalted, the Moon is exalted, ooh, it's gonna be good. So understand that you are just following your divine path, and the Sun is exalted. You saw me! April 30th. Akshaya Tritiya. Okay, I do a specific ritual for that one as well. You see, the sun, and I talk about it. The sun is exalted in your sign. Now, of course, you're probably asking right now, how come I haven't greeted you guys? Happy birthday, solar return. Because I don't do Western, but if it's your birthday, then of course I'm not going to take that away from you. The sun is here. Okay. The big difference of tropical and sidereal is just where we look into the skies. Okay? So we look into the sky. Western is about the season itself. Spring is in the 20th, right? So that's why it's here, tropical. Okay, we go sidereal. But there's nothing, it's like whichever you want to prefer. So with the sun card here, happy birthday. Your wishes are being fulfilled with the star card. Now you're going to ask, but when is it in sidereal? It doesn't start until April 16, 15. But that's the Aries season. Okay. You have the Four of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. Okay. It feels like you have turned down a lot of dreams of yours to have this sacrifice. Meaning, you have to help people, be there for them, and then yourself took a backseat. Yourself took a backseat. You have the Tower and the Queen of Wands, which has hindered you from your own growth. You got to prioritize your children, your relationship, your partnership. By the end of the day, it will be you. Trust me on that. You don't want to be at the end where, yes, you lived your life for others, but then you forgot to live for yourself. And it's not being selfish, it's being self-aware. Because you have your own dharma in this lifetime. You have your own purpose. You're not just, Empress is pregnant. You're not, I'm not saying a mom, but, like there is something, yes, it's the most wonderful thing, right? To have, to be part of someone's life you created. But there's something that your soul needs more than that. Yes. So this is what you're finding out, that there's more to this. You have a Queen of Wands, a Tower, and the Page of Swords. You're going to learn slowly. And this is what the eclipse is doing to you. And it involves Three of Pentacles, Eight of Cups with the Two of Wands. You making this decision. When are you going to do something for your own growth? Okay? I see that Three of Cups with the Page of Wands and the Ace of Wands here. You want to pursue something creative. Ace of Wands and a Magician. So what is it? Because that's the fifth house magic, I would call it. What is it that you have always wanted to pursue that when you unlock, it brings smile to your face? So what is it? Because this is the one. Magician, Ace of Wands. That one. Now, with the Sun card, okay, Six of Pentacles with the Six of Wands and the Chariot, I feel like you're just waiting for things to move forward, a go signal. Let's just say before you can, start a new job or a new business, you're just waiting for a go signal from your company that you've worked for 10 years, 20 years. It's like, yeah, I want to start doing my own thing. I want to make cupcakes. I want to start, painting. Trust me, you will come to an age where you would want to explore that side of your life, the creative side, maybe music, arts, I don't know what travel, and this is what it is, because this enriches your soul. So this is what you're trying to look for. You have the Strength card, the Moon, and the Seven of Cups. A little bit confusing because you feel like, it's dead ends. There's a lot of fear. Two of Pentacles. What I'm only hearing here, Aries? Excuses. You gotta keep going. Let go of the hurt and the pain. Nine of Wands with the Three of Swords. Everything that has happened is done. Because you're still weighing the pros and cons. You're living in the past, not in the present. And I see here with the Four of Swords, Eight of Wands with the King of Swords and the Queen of Cups, there are people that has crossed your path and you're still questioning why this happened, why that happened. Things happen. That's it. There is no why. It just is. It just is. Because you're going to go in a rabbit hole. But then I need closure, Sal. You give that closure. If someone betrayed you, because that's just how they are. We don't need to dig into their childhood trauma. But, oh, yeah, that's why they... No, it just is. So stop creating scenarios inside your head, this and that. You are going in a rabbit hole. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your time. You have the World card. Free yourself from that rabbit hole. With the World card, you're free. Your glorious self is here. You got Empress and the Sun card. And what can help you, which I always recommend, is using this. Okay? Make sure. And protection. Okay? With the obsidian. The readings, which is showing your wish is going to be fulfilled, will always just be a reading, not unless you manifest it to existence. So that's where I tell you, use the talisman, the amulets that I give to you guys. Make your reading a reality, not just a reading.